on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're doing something very important for the Mark 6 GTI. Let's go. Alright, so today we're actually doing the DSG service for this car. It is so long overdue. My negligence, and I didn't know that you were supposed to do it at the 40,000 mark. This car is almost at 60,000, and I really hoping that the transmission isn't messed up. So we're gonna do the service, get the oil change in there, and see how it goes and see how the oil looks. Pray to God this works. And for starters, this is not DIY. It's just me recording things for myself and anybody else out there. We're gonna do the top fill method on this, and then I'm actually probably gonna do a little bit of measuring too, like measure and top fill method, because technically you're supposed to do like the weird drain thing, but I don't have a VCD. I'm gonna drain it, but I'm also gonna make sure by measuring it with the quart and seeing how much comes out, measuring what goes in and how much comes out after the little plug thing take out, the the leak thing. All right, so got the intake off, got the first part of the battery over here off. Second part, so there's, I believe, 3 bolts. All right, so battery's out. There's a bolt right here. It's a 10 mil. I believe that one is a 13 mil for this one. This is the thing that holds the battery together, like basically down to the frame. And then there's one more right here if you want to take out this whole thing, which we will be doing for better, visibility. There's actually 4 in total. There's 3, one there, and one right in there. That one's gonna be the tie down, but these are for the frame. So if you're doing just a battery replacement, just do that one, and you're basically good in just one. All right, so now the whole bottom bracket will come out. There's a little piece right here of a wire that is actually like tabbed in. If you pull it out, it gives you more room to move this little bracket. Otherwise, it's just really tight. And then there you go. That is what we're looking for right there. That cap, that black one. You need a 24 millimeter to get that. It's like a huge one. You can get that at O'Reilly's or AutoZone for like $6-7 or something like that. But yeah, that for that. All right, so I am pulling that out now with this. I put a bunch of towels down there just to make sure, if in case anything leaks, it should be good. Right, so once you crank it off, it's really light torque spec. So you basically just break it loose. You can take it out with your hands. My car's been sitting for a while, so it's kind of cold. So it didn't drip very much, and you can see the filter right there. Boom. And yeah. Now for the filter, I would highly recommend getting paper towels when you pull it out, and try to catch as much of that oil as you can, because it will drip. Boom, so here's that oil filter out of the car. You guys can see, boom. All right, so after your filter's out, your oil cap's out, all that, usually you would want this to be as level as possible. So if you have it on lift, perfect. If you have it on 4 jack stands, that'd be perfect. I only have 2 jack stands. I don't want to do anything weird, so what I did was jack up my driver's side very little, like very little, just enough to get underneath it. And I also took off my front bumper, so I'm gonna be able to just reach down there, put the pan under there, and then torque out that bolt underneath. All right, so the bolt or nut that you need to get off is right here. You guys can see right here, this is the, I believe, the dog bone mount for your transmission. It is right here, so right next to that is where the bolt is. Yep. All right, now it's loose. Gonna go in there and take it out. Hopefully it's not too hot. I did drive today, so it's warm. Ooh, that transmission oil is kind of dirty, Hey, we got the DSG fart. We did it. I don't know, we did anything. It's just, that's how that does it. That's how that works. So it's gonna drain for a good amount of time, and then we're gonna go back in with 8mm socket to get the next one out. Whoa, it's already loose. What the heck? That's interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Oh, it is. You actually need to at least untighten it, but I didn't even need to untighten it. So, I'm guessing someone did that wrong, or just didn't torque it right, or didn't have a torque gun or a torque wrench, and probably just did it hand tighten, and it was loosening. So, that's bad. Whoever did this before me was bad. All right, so the thing is still draining the last, a little bit. I think I'm actually gonna lower the jack down just so, just to make sure that it gets everything as much as possible, as level as it could possibly be, and then jack it back up when I need to go under there again, so tip, I guess. All right, guys, so the car is draining right now. It's level draining. It's actually pretty much done. However, I realized that I need a 3/8 to 1/2 adapter because from my torque wrench I just bought, it's a 3/8, and the 14mm Allen key thing was they only had it in a 1/2-inch drive. So now I'm gonna run to the parts store and get a 3/8 to 1/2. All right, guys, we're back at home. Finally got this thing. It's kind of weird. I've never seen it before, but it's like a flush one, or what do you call it? A low profile one, but works, so got it. I'm not gonna bore you guys with everything, so we're gonna probably just cut right to filling up the liquid. So guys, I have the DSG fluid in the sun, just sitting out in the sun. Hopefully it gets a little warmer so that I can put it in. When I put it in, it's gonna be a lot easier to drain in. I'm using liquid moly, and it's the kit from FCP Euro. All right, so like I said, I'm doing a top fill method. Got one of these fillers with a hose. It's like perfect. I don't know how to explain it. It's like literally perfect for that exact hole. 11mm is what I've heard, but not sure exactly. But yeah, AutoZone O'Reilly's will have one of these. It looks similar to this. Again, liquid moly, put it in. All right, so I'm almost done with my first liter. It actually took really fast. I'm not sure if it's either the liquid moly or the sun thing or just the way I was doing it, but it's actually really quick and like not long like people always tell you it's gonna be. One thing though, I am gonna take this filter thing out because I trust that liquid moly already filtered it out and it's good to go. So it takes longer with that filter, so gotta take that out. Okay, just kidding, you can't take that filter out, so just gonna leave it on, and yeah, get back to you guys in a bit. All right, we're on bottle number 2 now, so this is 2nd liter. All right, so that is the 2nd liter, number 2. Already, I'm not gonna bore you guys with 3, 4, and 5. I'll just skip right to the ending of 5th liter, and then take it from there. All right, so here's the last little bit of the 5th liter, 5th bottle. And this is kind of how fast it's been going all the time. I don't know if it's like the movement of this, like doing the circle thing, or doing this thing I was talking about the on-off like switch thingy that the filter or the funnel has, I mean. Yeah, but it's kind of like, it's pretty fast. You guys can see, like probably 4 to 5 minutes per bottle just standing here. Not that big of a deal in my opinion. Fast. Basically everything right now is gonna be in reverse. Go ahead, and this one you can hand tighten it, but make sure it's actually tight, not like how it was coming out. That was really weird. It should not be like that. It should at least be tight enough by hand. Then you put this one on. Honestly, the first time you put it on, just put a little bit of pressure on it so that you can just have it sitting there for the fluid to not drain out, of course, because you will have to go underneath and untorque this and then retorque it again, basically to drain everything. So yeah, your filter, put it in the housing. Actually, I'm gonna clean that first. All right, clean it a pretty good amount. Go ahead and just sit that on there, flush, just push it down, make sure it's flush, seated, nice and correct. All right, so now basically next thing you want to do is to get your housing ready. They have these little O-rings right here, and the FCP Euro kit comes with a new one, so go ahead and put that on. Super simple. You make sure to put some oil on the new one before you put it on, and also when you get it on. Now go ahead and spin this hand tight as possible with your hand. So this thing is 15 foot-pounds of torque. Make sure you don't over tighten it. Yep. Battery goes back in. Guys, so now we're in the car. First start. I'm gonna do this idling thing for a second. Like a normal idling, firmly press your foot on the brakes and just cycle through the gears. I'm just gonna do this for a couple more times just to make sure it's getting it all in there, because I want it to be good. Quite loud, but this is when you go underneath and unplug the drain plug to get the excess out. All right, so off camera, I didn't know how else to film this, so I just did off camera. Took the stuff that came out of the car and basically used this thing right here. The funnel that we used has like markings on it, liters, and put that and filled the bottles with them. So it filled the bottle to the brim on all of these four, except for one. So basically one doesn't have it. So I'm thinking that they don't fill these whole things up with it, because my calculations when I was doing the math came out to about 4.7 to 4.9 liters of oil that came out of the car. And then that's also some spillage here and there. So, you know, like it's roughly 4.7, 4.9. If you were to do the fill method and not, like, you know, drain it after it goes, the temperature of the transmission goes up, I would highly recommend actually trying to measure it precisely. I didn't have to because I am going to go ahead and basically do the drain one. And I just wanted to double check, I guess, how much came in and out, and then once that drains out, I will also measure that to see. So basically, I know I put 5 liters in, and now I'm going to drain it to see exactly how much of it came out. So, you know, minus multiplication, stuff like that, easy. After I drained the oil, now all bottles are basically filled, like maybe like right there. So I'm thinking about 5 liters came out. A little more, a little less, probably 4.8, 4.9 came out of the actual transmission after doing the excess. So that's a good sign, which means the same amount went in as the same amount that came out. So we're doing good there.